where we bring you the people that influence our city, our community, and our state. Today we're honored to have Dr. Jara with the Clark County School District. He's our new superintendent. I'm glad you're here with us.
I'm glad to be here, Peter. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here and really sharing with you some of the vision and what we want to do. So thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you're here, and I'm sure this will be the first of many times that we'll be together and in the trenches trying to better our education for our children. So that's what it's all about. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Bueno, you know, I came to this country from Venezuela, de Caracas, caraqueño, nací en Venezuela. So I came here to Florida when I was 10 years old, and my parents, you know, had a vision that, you know, for the American dream.
Of course.
And you know, when we came here, I was an ELL student.
Wow.
I didn't speak English. You know, I learned some of the things that people take for granted. But I still remember to this day, and I used to tell my kids in school when I was a teacher, I was a principal, you know, I was trying to figure out what Halloween was all about, right? Because why do you go and knock on doors to get candy?
Right.
You don't celebrate that in Venezuela. So it was just, you know, so I came and graduated from a public school system in Miami-Dade. I became a teacher. I became a bilingual teacher. I was a teacher, and then I became a dean of students. I became an administrator, and just really things that I didn't think of that I was gonna pursue, but it was just always having other opportunities to impact more kids. So I became a high school principal. Then we took a chance. My wife, I'm married, una cubana.
Yeah.
So
tell us about your family too.
Yeah, I will. So I became a high school principal in Massachusetts. Then I left. I went to the business sector for about 4 years, but involved in education. So I got a lot of business background just as an executive running a nonprofit across the entire state of Florida. I went back. And so I've been a superintendent in a small school system, and then I was in Orlando for the last 6 years as the deputy, the number 2,
right.
With a very similar population here. It was about 40% Latinos, a lot of incoming students coming in from Puerto Rico, Venezuela, and then
it's a melting pot.
It is. So you look at the similarities. You know, it's a great system. But so my wife is Cubana. We have 3 kids. I have one that's in college that he's
Nice.
going to graduate, Carlos. My wife Lourdes, I got, you know, I always forget the Lourdes Baun. And my oldest is Carlos. He's finishing his last year at the University of Central Florida in engineering. He wants to be an industrial engineer.
That's amazing.
And then, you know, my other one who is at Florida International University, keeping him close to La Abuela. Because grandma's got to try to keep him. He doesn't live with grandma, but he lives on campus. So, and then my daughter, who is a high school senior right now, and her name is Jackie. So I have 3 very, I would say not different, but you know, different interests.
Yeah.
One that was an athlete and was a regular student, but pushed himself academically because he, you know, really good in math and science. So that's why he decided engineering. My middle one, you know, I always talk about him because he's a kid that didn't really like school until his 11th grade. He went to school because dad was on top of him, but it was, you know, and he really enjoyed school when he took a welding class. We had a program, and he came home and he said, "Dad, I want to go be a welder. I don't want to go to college." And then he found the passion in school and how school was relevant when he's learning gas and pressure, and school started making sense.
Of course.
So then when he graduated, he says, "I want to go to college." But so I talk about him because he has both opportunities, and
I think that's fantastic.
You know, and that's what we want to do for kids. And my daughter, who is running out of math classes because she is so gifted in mathematics.
Wow.
So you know, when I look at in all my career as an administrator, you know, you look at my 3 kids, and it's, you know, we're middle class, but I look at what my 3 kids have accomplished, from a kid that came to this country without English.
It's beautiful.
And I expect that for the 322,000 kids that we serve. But when the adults make decisions, and that's kind of what drives me, is you look at my 3 kids to say, it's possible.
Yep.
You know, when I was in school, I wasn't allowed in AP classes because it was just a different time. So in a generation,
imagine what could happen. Right?
What could happen in a family.
I think we firmly agree with that. More with our superintendent in a moment. That's beautiful. Way to talk about your family.